Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to add a link to an external website or page on a website or a resource located on any other website besides texashelp.tamu.edu. So for example, if you go to the disaster information tab and then we go to by the type of disaster and we click into chemical or hazardous material spill, you notice that the third one down, emergency planning for chemical spills, is an external, it's a link to an external website. And if we click on that, it will open up in a new window and we can see that this is not a PDF or page or Word document, it's just a link to another site that people can use as a reference. So we're going to go ahead and open that up, and what we want to do is add this to our new resource database. So open it up in a new window, and then you're going to copy the URL or address of this external site. So right click and choose copy, and then paste this URL into a text file, and this is just for temporary purposes, so you can put all your copy and paste into this file and then go and create your database entry. So I just put it into a text file just temporarily. Next, you want to go to the new website and database, and you're going to go and log in and add this resource. So this is texaseden.org/disaster-resources. So go to the bottom of the page and click the link that says WordPress admin. This allows you to log in to the database to add this entry. So I'll give you your credentials, but I'm going to go ahead and log in. And then you're going to click on the left-hand menu underneath Posts and click the link that says Add New. Next, once the Add New Post window opens, you're going to add the title for this resource. And usually what I do is I just copy and paste the title from the old website. So this one's emergency planning for chemical spills. I just select that text and I right click and choose copy. Then I paste this text into the title field by right clicking and choosing paste. Next, we need to add our source and disaster resource text here, and you can move this window up and down and resize it to fit your window so you can see what you're actually typing in this box. So I'm going to go back to the other template file and copy and paste one of these entries into this into the content box on the other page. So you right click and choose copy, go back to the new database and right click and choose paste. Now this resource was not created by Texas AgriLife Extension Service, so we're going to go ahead and take that out. We're going to go back over here and grab the, okay, it's not listed on this page, but we can see that down below I put chemicalspill.org, so we're going to just use that as our source. So you're going to right click and choose copy for that text. You can see on these other ones, like this one has U.S. Department of Homeland Security and that one has the American Red Cross. Those would be the sources for those other guys. So go back here, right click and choose paste. So now we have our source in there, and now click the Save Draft button to save our changes to the database so we don't lose anything. Next, after it gets done saving, you're going to assign categories to this resource, and the categories box is located just below the Save Draft button. Now do the best you can to assign these categories to these resources, but Janie and I will probably have to go back in and clean some things up. What you can do is you can go back to the old site and see where this exists. So it's in the by the type of disaster, accidents that are disasters, and then this one's called chemical and hazardous material spills. They're not going to be exactly the same on the new categories, but it'll give you a better idea. So we're going to scroll through this category list and we're going to put a check mark next to by the type of disaster, and then a check mark next to man-made, and then accidents, and then the final subcategory is hazardous materials and chemicals. And then I'm going to quickly scroll down this list and just make sure that there aren't any other categories or subcategories that we can assign this to. Like I said, Janie and I will probably have to come back through and clean everything up, but if you could just assign a couple categories to this just to get started, that would help. So once you got your categories, you click the Save Draft button again, and then after the categories you need to add a keyword that describes what type of resource this is. And the keywords that I want you to use are also found on the instruction page that I sent you a link to. And this one is just a link to an external site. So the keyword that I want you to use is should already be suggested for you if you start typing. It's web resources with link. And once you just type the first 3 letters, it will automatically suggest it for you. Then you just double click on its suggestion and click add. And now there's a keyword assigned to keyword or tag assigned to this resource. Click the Save Draft button one more time. Now we need to link the text that says disaster resource to this external site. And remember, we copied and pasted the URL to this website in an external text file. So we go and grab that URL that we copied and pasted over here, right click and choose copy. And then we're going to come back to this text. You're going to select the disaster resources text and then go and click the link, insert edit link button. This will open the insert edit link box, and you're going to get rid of the HTTP default thing that they put in there for you. Clear out this field, and then you're going to paste in that link or URL that you just copied. And then you need to change the target to open in a new window, so that when someone clicks on this link it opens a new browser window. And then click the insert button. So now this text has been linked to that external website. Next you're going to click Save Draft and then click the Preview button. And this is how it's going to look in the browser when someone gets to this. So you need to make sure the title's correct, the source is correct, and then you need to click on the link and make sure it works. So we click on this link, yep, it goes to the right website. We close the preview and make sure the categories look okay, and then the keyword looks okay for this type of resource. Everything looks fine, so I'm going to go ahead and close this preview window. Finally, I'm going to click Publish, and that's it. That's how you create a database entry for a disaster resource that just links to an external site. So we can go and check and see if this works. So if we go back to our new site and we click down through this outline by the type of disaster, and then we're going to go to man-made. Actually, we're not going to use naturally occurring. And then you go to accidents and then hazardous materials and chemicals. If you click on that link, this will be one of the results that are returned, which is a link to this new resource you just entered. That's it. You can move on to the next one.